Well, it's safe to say that the Batman Chronicles and the whole series in general is one of the most iconic superhero series and movie categories of its time and of all time, at least in my opinion. And it's pretty safe to say that the beginning of each movie trilogy or chronicle is usually the most iconic. That's why I picked to analyze the Dark Knight Rises poster. Now, it's safe to assume that everyone has heard of The Dark Knight and has at least watched Batman once in their life, but for those who haven't, it's pretty simple. It's a story of a boy who lost his parents when he's a little kid and he inherits their billions of dollars of fortune and ends up becoming like a samurai master. And he ends up becoming this superhero, but has to live in the shadows and act as like a villain. It's a very interesting concept, and if you haven't seen it, I suggest you crawl out from under the rock you've been stuck under for the past 100 years and watch any Batman series or even a comic, and you'll figure out a lot about it. To start, the Batman poster itself is pretty packed with a lot of details that a lot might not notice. Easily, the poster embarks a lot of pathos. Not only does the poster itself seem to envelop this kind of apocalyptic view of the world and society, if you start right at the words at the very top, it even says, "Welcome to a world without rules." So that embarks that there's some kind of purge-like quality going on where there's murder and no establishment, no government, and just battling awesomeness. And in the building you could see it's on fire in the shape of a bat symbol, which is also the symbol of the main character's iconic logo. But if you seem to look even closer onto the building and the imprint of the bat logo, it eerily looks like the Twin Towers. Now I know that's a stretch, but bear with me. If you think about it, the building looks like two towers hit by something right in the middle, and it's all smoked up and looks like it's about to collapse. Now, I'm not saying it connects to anything, but that does kind of give a sense of emotion, at least people who recognize that incident in American history. As for more pathos in the image, you can see that all the light from the top of the photo kind of draws you to the bottom where you see the figure Batman standing there, but he's surrounded by like this shadow, imposing that there seems to be light around him, but for some reason he has to hide in the shadows, and kind of gives this sense of mystery and wonder. Now, if you look at another movie poster of The Dark Knight, you'll see the same kind of apocalyptic view, only the Joker is now standing in the middle. Now, if you guys don't know, like I said earlier, if you don't know about Batman, you probably don't know about Joker. The Joker is Batman's arch rival, who's a psychopathic clown who tries to terrorize the city and kill a bunch of people who Batman tries to stop. Now, if you look here, not only is it seem like the world's going to hell and everything's in destruction, but there's a clown standing in the middle of the screen with a gun. It really shows kind of the emotion they're trying to pull from the poster for everyone to kind of have this sense of fear of who this person is. Now, as for the ethos of The Dark Knight, if you pay attention to the original poster with Christian Bale in it, you'll notice all the actor names on the top, and there's no one pointed out, there's no one highlighted more, there's no one having any more credit than anyone else, and it's because if you look at it, it's a star-studded cast with 7 different actor names just put right there in the middle for everyone to see. They're not being highlighted, they're not being put out in front. It's because if you just look at the poster and read one of the names, you'd easily go, wow, that's incredible that they're in this movie. You have Christian Bale, Morgan Freeman, Heath Ledger. Like, it's just filled with just enough credibility just to let you know that this movie's going to be amazing. On top of it, if you look just behind the actors' names, you'll see a chiseled body armor suit with a cape and a man standing there in like perfect special effects design and a costume that looks so realistic. Other than that, there's 2 different instances on the poster where you actually see a symbol of a bat. One in the building itself, and the other right behind the Dark Knight title at the bottom. Both of these symbols are very iconic in the whole Batman trilogy, in the whole Batman era. And for most people who even see that symbol around the streets, they're immediately going to think of Batman. You can now kind of see and notice the different tricks that were utilized to make this poster more iconic and make it more eye-appealing to all people who wanted to even watch the movie to begin with. And I hope you now realize a lot of different movie posters are made not just to catch your attention, but and to really hit an emotional tie somewhere deep. And I hope you enjoyed watching more and finding out more about what the Dark Knight poster is really about.